Talk about cheese processing plant safety and inspection. Student work in this presentation: Mustafa Said, Muhannad Hosni, Carlos Nashat, محمد سامي، أرساني فريد، أحمد مصطفى، منة الله عبد الهادي، أسماء جابر، ندى محمد شحاتة. كورس sanitation in food and dairy plant الفاكولتي agriculture الشاطبي Alexandra University. level 4 English section. department dairy science and technology under supervisor دكتور الزيني. Introduction: The dairy and cheese industry should be under good hygienic rule and practice to prevent the occurrence of cross-contamination with pathogenic bacteria affect the quality of final product. In this presentation, we will talk about how to make a cheese safety plant and inspection. But before we talk about cheese safety plant, we will start with sanitation of cheese making area and equipment. The most common type of microorganisms that cause spoilage of semi-hard and hard varieties of cheese are microorganisms that cause growing on the surface of cheese like mold. Microorganisms can grow in the body of cheese and that type cause gas spoilage. First type of microorganism can grow in the surface of cheese like mold اللي هو like penicillium cause up to 80% of cheese spoilage and other popular spoilage species are Candida aspergillus mucra. Species of cheese that with mold can be minimized by using ozone treatment, ultraviolet disinfection of handling surface, sterilized filtration of hair, and anti-mucus coating of packaging material. Second type, a microorganism can grow in the body of cheese and this type cause gas production. The most common bacteria cause gas production are Bacillus, Enterobacteriaceae, and Clostridium. The most common gram-negative bacteria affect on soft cheese are Pseudomonas butida, Pseudomonas fluorescens, Enterobacteria, and Escherichia coli. Escherichia coli comes from contamination of water or from low personal hygiene.
There are two types of cleaning system, the CIP system and the COP system. The CIP system is a cleaning in place system, where temperature of the cleaning solution for a CIP equipment should be as low as possible and still permitting effective cleaning with minimal use of the cleaning compound. Rinsing temperature should be low enough to avoid deposits from hard water. Force or physical action determines how effectively the cleaning compound is introduced to the areas to be cleaned and how it is controlled by the system design. Adequate force or physical action can be ensured by the selection and utilization of appropriate high pressure pumps to provide sufficient turbulence in and through pipelines and storage tanks, achieving maximum efficiency. CIP operations in dairy plants are normally divided into two major categories: spray cleaning and line cleaning. First, we'll start with spray cleaning. Spray cleaning. Although many types of spray devices are utilized in the dairy processing industry, permanently installed fixed spray units are more durable than those of portable units and rotating or oscillating units. Number two, the line cleaning. And the line cleaning focuses mainly on the debris that are found in the line where the milk moves through in the different stages of making cheese, to the multiplication of any microbes that could stay in these lines or in these dead spots in these lines. So it can involve milk used in cheese making channeling CIP circuits that are rarely available, which focuses from which a circuit can be fed and to which it can be returned. So it focuses on the line itself. Return lines from capacity tanks to a return pump should have towards the return pump inlet. So a control of weight and stream should be given for each shower device, shell, and tube worm exchanger, which is used to exchange the temperature of the water and milk which is used in the processing of cheese, that are equipped with the return bend associations of CIP plan. so it can be consolidated into a CIP pumping circuits or maybe cleaned autonomously as a partitioned operation. It's a part of a COP cleaning or cleaning out of place. In CIP, the cleaning compound must be applied forcefully enough to provide intimate association with the soiled surfaces, and it must be continuously replenished. Various forms of CIP equipment systems are available. Some CIP systems have been modified to permit use of final rinses as the cleaning solution for makeup water of the following cleaning cycle and to segregate and recover initial rinses to minimize waste discharges. So, what are the advantages of CIP system? CIP systems that combine the advantages of the flexibility and reliability of single-use systems with water and solution recovery techniques that aid in reducing the amount of water required for a cleaning cycle. Why we use it? The intent of these systems is to recover the spent cleaning solution and save water from one cleaning cycle for temporary storage and reuse of the detergent rinse water mixture as a pre-rinse for the subsequent cleaning cycle. This approach reduces the total water requirement of spray cleaning systems by 25 to 30% as compared with alternative approaches. In this slide, we talk about the step, the purpose, and the CIP temperature we use in each step. So, in the first step, we do a pre-rinse. So the aims or the purpose of this step is to remove the visible soil, which in this case is lactose or any form of debris, and also the butter fat or the fatty part of the milk, prevent protein adherence, and prevent heat shock. And here we forcibly apply the sanitizers and the water also at a temperature of 36 Celsius. The second step is the washing step, and here we remove the remaining soil of the pre-rinse step and also chemicals lift biofilms that bind to the equipments. This step is applied at 55 to 66 degrees Celsius. Then after washing, the third step is post-rinse. We prepare surface for sanitizing, and then we remove any residuals of soil and chemical residues. This is applied at 36 degrees Celsius. Then the fourth and final step is sanitizing, at which we kill bacteria that remain on the equipment surface. And also the sanitizers, which is applied in this step, must be in contact with the surface for at least 1 minute to ensure its viability and to clean the surface effectively. This is done at 5 to 25 degrees Celsius temperature.
OB system or clean out place system. In dairy plant, when using clean out place equipment, the following step must be followed. First step, water with a heat treatment of between 37 to 38 is used to remove glossy soil. The second step, the washing stage, beginning with setting chlorinated alkaline cleaning solution for approximately 10 to 12 minutes at 30 to 65 Celsius. This stage is used to remove and elimination soil that has not been removed during treatment stage. Third stage, in the last stage, water with a temperature between 3 to 38 Celsius is used to remove any cleaning component or remaining soil.
Cheese safety plans. Product description. The product's description must be precise and complete, which is the basis for identifying the potential product's hazards. Product's name. It must be concise and also accurate. If there is added value to the cheese as different flavors as garlic, it should be described. For example, cheddar with garlic. Ingredients used. It is mentioned in the package label, and it must describe every single ingredient used in making the product in arrangement from the highest quantity to the lowest quantity. Food safety characteristics. The information here should contain anything related to safety. Each ingredient should be analyzed for its own characteristics, such as water activity, pH, or any hazardous substances. And it should also contain information that used to distinguish single product from another similar product. For example, pasteurized Gouda cheese. Type of package used. Specify the package and the product inside it. For example, 2 milliliters of plastic bag that contains 3 slices of cheddar cheese. The package must be fully described. Labeling. It includes specific information and instruction about the product to use it properly. Storage, distribution, and handling. It should describe the optimum storage and usage temperature of the product, as store refrigerated at 5 degrees or less, but not below 0 degree, and the same goes for distribution. The distribution area and outlets. Identify the place of manufacturing of the product, where it is distributed, and the method of its transporting. For example, the cheese was made by plant name اسم المصنع to the retail outlet in Egypt via commercial transport companies, and name them وأقولهم يعني. Intended consumer. Identify how the product intendedly used for adults and its benefit, and exclude those in potential risk upon using the product. لما يعني بنعرف البرودكت بتاعنا صالح لاستخدام مين وغير صالح لاستخدام مين. Intended use. It should state that if the product is ready to eat RTE or has to be cooked before eating. Shelf life. It refers to the number of days and the optimum temperature that the product can be held at. If the product exceeds this number, then it will be unacceptable to be eaten and unsafe to be consumed. It must be printed. Company details. 1. On the description page, the company's address and contact info as phone, email, and fax should be described also. Other information. This should include the version or date of the document, the title, who approved the page, also along with their title, signature, and date.
Nashad. I will be speaking about hazard analysis and risk-based preventive controls, HARPC. The HA in HARPC standard for hazard analysis and addresses the core intent of the FSMA law to identify hazards that might arise due to the specific foods or ingredients in the food, or due to the various processing, manufacturing, packaging, and holding steps applied to the food. First, hazard identification. Biological hazard, microbiological hazard such as parasites and environmental pathogens and other pathogens. Chemical hazard including radiological hazard substances such as pesticide and drug residue, and natural toxins, and decomposition, and unapproved food or color additives, and food allergen, and physical hazards such as stones and glass and metal fragments. Monitoring of the effectiveness. The preventive control rule requires a food facility to implement a monitoring program which ensures the firm is conducting regular evaluation of the facility control measure to determine whether the preventive control are working. Corrective action. The company should establish document-produced procedures for taking corrective action to eliminate potential causes of non-conforming products. These corrective action procedures must include error cause investigation and error cause removal and control to ensure that corrective actions are effective, and the authority to document procedures to implement corrective action. Verification. The preventive control rule requires that food facilities verify the preventive controls are consistently implemented and are effectively and significantly minimizing or preventing the hazards. Record keeping and documentation. One key development are under HARPC is its new requirements related to records and method and of documentation that have become mandatory for food manufacturing process and packaging and storage facilities. Previously, under the Biotourism Act, FDA could only require a food company to maintain records and that enable food to be traced through the supply chain. You must establish and maintain the following records: documentation, implementation of the food safety plan, documentation of the basis for not establishing and preventive control, records that document that monitoring of preventive controls, records that document corrective action, records that document verification including as applicable source related to validation. Validation, verification of monitoring and verification of corrective action. Requirement to reanalyze. After developing and implementing a food safety plan, the food facility must periodically evaluate its food safety HARPC system. You must conduct a reanalysis of the food safety plan as a whole at least once every 3 years. You must conduct a reanalysis of the food safety plan as a whole or the applicable portion of the food safety plan whenever a significant change in the activities conducted at your facility create a responsible potential for a new hazard or create significant increase in a previously identification hazard. Whenever you become aware of a new information about potential hazard associated with the food, whenever appropriate after an unanticipated food safety problem in accordance with and whenever you find the preventive control combination or preventive control or the food safety plan as a whole is ineffective. Thank you, Doctor.
I'm going to talk about hazard analysis. Hazard analysis determines the food safety hazard that can occur in the product to prevent that and measure the processors can apply to control this hazard. There are steps for prevent this hazard. First of all, identifying the prevent control qualified and the food safety team, developing the product description and flow diagram. Steps to conduct a hazard analysis. Hazard analysis have to follow steps primary. First of all, the production primary and the processing and manufacture and distribution until the unit of the consumption. That means that the hazard analysis is steps must monitor each step, and it is and this steps split into part. هنتكلم عنه اللي هو هازارد انفكيشن من تلاتة سيكشن. الاول نوع فيزيكال والتاني كيميكال والتالت بيولوجيكال. هنتكلم عنهم باختصار. البيولوجيكال اللي قلنا الميكروبيال هازارد مثل فانجاي بكتيريا مولد. تاني نوع كيميكال زي ما نقول راديولوجيكال هازارد زي البيتسايد اند دراج. تالت نوع الفيزيكال هازارد زي الستون والجلاس والساند. الهازارد ممكن تبقى موجودة في الاكل بسبب مشاكل او سبب انواع مشكلات تحصل في الاكل. اول نوع ان هو الهرط ممكن يحصل طبيعي. تاني نوع او تاني سبب اللي هو ممكن يحصل من غير مقصوده. تالت سبب الهرط ممكن تبقى مقصوده قصد. تاني حاجه الهازارد ايفالويشن. الهازارد اناليسيس must be include an evaluation of hazard. تاني حاجه الهازارد ايفالويشن مطلوبه. انت بتعمل ايفالويشن للبيئه بتاعت الباثوجينز اللي هي whenever ready to eat food is exposed، هي متعرضه للبيئه قبل ما يحصلها تغليف. تالت حاجه انت بتعمل identify potential hazard. steps to contact control measure، بمعنى ان الهازارد اناليسيس require a preventive control. The food safety team must consider what control measure. More than one control measure be required to control specific hazard. The system where the developed should be flexible، اللي هو ممكن انت تتعامل. The critical limit must be معروفة multiplied if possible for each critical point. خطوات to monitor the procedure، خطوات عشان تعرف انت تراقب البروسيدور. monitoring according to preventive control law mean conducting a planned sequence of observation and management to assess whether control measures are operating as intended. Monitoring procedure must be able to take the loss of the control at a control point or record and document associated with monitoring control points must be signed by person doing the monitoring. في حاجة اسمها corrective action procedure، بمعنى ان هي لازم تبقى موجودة في كل خطوة في الكنترول بوينت عشان تعرف تتعامل لو حصل اي دايفينشن اوكير، اللي هو لو حصل حاجة حصلت واحنا مش واخدين بالها هي تعرف تتعامل معاها. تالت حاجة fortification procedure، fortification and adding method procedure and tests including random sampling and analysis can be used to determine if the HACCP system is working correctly. آخر حاجة هنتكلم عليها record keeping system. record keeping system ده مهم للapplication of the HACCP system. HACCP procedure should be documented and all documentation and recording keeping should corrected to nature and size of operation. Documents زي hazard analysis records examples زي intervention and associated corrective action.
Daily inspection part by ندى محمود شحاتة وأسماء جابر توفيق وأحمد مصطفى ومنة الله عبد الهادي. Contents of presentation: introduction, pre-inspection, inspection, and the last part is about post-inspection. Introduction. Any inspection entails looking at something, examining it, and making a decision about it. A building or organization may be inspected to ensure that it meets particular requirements. Inspectors must ensure that everything is in the functioning order and that no rules have been broken. They must also guarantee that everything they are checking is safe. Pre-inspection. To enhance the efficiency of the inspection, it must be properly and thoroughly planned. The pre-printed inspection worksheet will be the primary source of information. The inspection worksheet are divided into sections based on the product and specific actions. Knowing that the product produced and all of the actions conducted in the facility allows the inspector to quickly select the right worksheet for his examination. The product section refers to the finished product or a group of products, and the activity is referred to a function performed. For example, cheese is the product section and the manufacturing room is the activity in a cheese production room.
The third part, an inspection. How an inspection is done. The inspection in general is done by the team leader of inspection in order to show the civility and professionalism. Request the plant manager or the person in charge, and in order to introduce the members of the team, to describe the team plan, and to inform the management that finding will be reviewed after the inspection is done. Inspection schedule. In general, it happens every 90 days according to the manual and PMO, unless the major violation were discovered during the previous inspection. To ensure that inspection are performed in the most efficient sequence possible, the inspection team and plant management should create an inspection schedule. Inspection interruption will be minimized for both industry and the government. When industry demands that inspection or section of inspection occur outside of normal working hour, the CFI overtime rules should be considered. Inspection order. In general, inspection team do it in order to make sure that every effort to reduce the possibility of cross-contamination. An inspection team should start in the microbiologically clean area and work their way to the worst. When inspectors must also use hand wash or sanitizers facilities and any other plant facilities as much as possible. Operating assessment. In general, it will concentrate on plant producers, equipment, and room conditions. Contamination risk must be kept to a minimum level. For example, special attention should be paid to personal movement, in ingredient packaging material, procedures for cleaning, leak in garbage, handling equipment.
Now we talk about the post-inspections, review by the inspections. First one, team. When the inspection is over, the team must meet in the private to complete and evaluate the inspection result. And the meeting of the management, this is already important meeting. The inspections team must meet with the necessary plant management staff as soon as possible after the examination is completed. The inspection team will meet with appropriate plant management personnel. The inspector as a whole will be scrutinized. It's important to call attention to critical unsatisfactory jobs and outline specific repairs. measures. These repair times can be adjusted if necessary, and they should be appreciated based on the severity of the defect.
Hello everyone, my name is Minnatullah Abdelhadi Mohammed. I will describe the part of X-ray equipment. That purpose is to good inspection and safety in our product. We met a defect in our processing cheese, and because we are aimed to safety, we learned how to solve it. By researching, we found that X-ray equipment, the one who has helped me, the one that can help us to detect the defect. As you see, that cheese with a blue color in picture. I won't describe the defect. The issue is that active cavities on the surface may form, allowing fungi to penetrate the cheese cavity. This causes the cheese to mature into a blue cheese, preventing it from being sold. Such a void formation can happen at any point during the lengthy maturing process, resulting in enormous waste and loss for the makers. So the result, the goal was to create, test and install an X-ray system that could tell when the cheese was ready to be sold. Our aim is a healthy product and safety, and to get the customer you need by high quality. The aim of X-ray is identify a range of forged material in addition to metallic one by incorporating an X-ray equipment into your production line. It's the most popular reason why food companies are turning to X-ray instead to metal detectors, but it's far from the only one. Food companies can also use X-ray to inspect the overall quantities of their product by examining milk. For example, yogurt, any dairy product, we need X-ray to detect the forging. X-ray has helped many dairy businesses reduce the amount of recontamination. X-ray can detect not only a wide variety of forging dense material, but also can do with a much higher detection resolution. Then we can take to the other side. What are the benefits that can get from X-ray in our product? It's not ensures only a first-class reputation for you, but it also increases customer confidence in your items, which help me to become reliable, preventing unfrozen hazards from contamination of your product and maintaining quality. X-ray inspection system is the financed production, detection of dent items with high accuracy, and promote removal. From the patch, we have a wide range of air-cooled and water-cooled and metal ceramic tubes with beryllium windows in our portfolio, so we can provide you with exactly what you need for your specific process and the product. Sensors include diode line and camera detectors using HD and THDI technology. You gain from relying on others. You gain reliable detection of a wide range of forged material, including electrically or magnetically conductive particles, glass, stones, and plastic. It is thus possible to obtain false restriction rates approaching 0% when properly calibrated, even with large product quantities and speeds. And the fact that our X-ray inspection equipment finds even the smallest impurities in the product in other strong argument in our technology favor. Before I tell what happens in a cheese with X-ray, I want to simplify the characteristic of the equipment. Is electromagnetic radiation. They belong to short wavelengths, high frequency and of electromagnetic spectrum between gamma and ultraviolet radiation. The wavelength is a range between 10 power negative 8 to 10 power negative 11 milli, and the frequency range is 3 times 10 power 16 to 3 times 10 power 19. So X-rays inspections of cheese blocks. Can we we see the green flowing and the blood flowing that happen in the cheese. The X-ray equipment taking the cheese blocks manufacture, ensuring each block is made to purification is more challenging than the average consumer thinks. Detecting foreign body contaminants embedded with dense blocks, ensuring metal shaving from plates are not found along the cut edges of block. Measurement of each block to ensure accurate weight. Thanks a lot.